Welcome to thedoor.com. The Door is a platform where you can buy and sell anything,
Purchase
anytime,
your tracks
anywhere.
today.
Making money easy way.
It's swift, secure, and easy. Adowa, transforming lives.
The African Heads of States on all of the continental projects that are coming out of Africa. So with that, we mean that we need to be the ones that that those projects are brought to first, and then we can discern whether or not it's things that we want to participate and support and drive or spearhead. So that is one of the parts of our blueprint as well.
Academy, Cybersecurity Academy. And first, we're going to hear from Mr. Bright. And before we do that, we have a very short clip that really tells you what Adowa coin and blockchain networks is all about. And then Mr. Bright will get into his presentation. So I'm just gonna quickly share my screen, which you all should be able to see.
Happy Black History Month 2021. I'm about to share something massive about money that has happened in the evolution of our people in this video, so do pay attention. The great Martin Luther King said, while some others have been benefiting from a false complex of superiority, others have been suffering from a false complex of inferiority. This I totally understand now, because when you do not know your wealth and do not control it, you will be taken advantage of all the time. For over 400 years, we have been through slavery, colonization, segregation, corruption, poor leadership in Africa, and we are still dealing with neo-colonization, systemic injustice, despite all the progress we have made, because we have not known how to manage ourselves and organize ourselves well to keep and grow our wealth. I'm here to let you know that there is hope now, despite all the challenges we face. Innovation and technology have been the key catalysts in the improvement of human communication and development. We have seen the birth of the internet, cell phone, Facebook, Google, Instagram, Amazon, TikTok, Tesla, and many more. Participation in the development of these platforms and projects has generated trillions of dollars for many. How many of us have financially benefited from these massive global economic platforms and projects? How many of us are owners of these platforms and projects? 10 years ago, technology gave humanity another great breakthrough with blockchain after the real estate crash. This technology permitted the creation of Bitcoin, a digital currency that is changing how the world is using and storing money. How many of us have made massive gains from the investment, use, and development of Bitcoin? The great news I have for you this February 2021 is that one of us has co-founded a blockchain with a currency exactly like Bitcoin, but even better. It is like the Facebook after MySpace on blockchain. This is a historic wealth transfer opportunity available to you now. It has been co-founded by an African for all humanity. Adowa is the digital roadmap to wealth. It is the most viable alternative digital currency to Bitcoin. It is faster to send, easy to mine, limited in supply, and still very affordable on exchanges today. Adowa has the potential to grow in value because it will be used for transactions in remote communities all over the world where everyone has access to a cell phone. The future of money is here now. You can be part of this massive wealth transfer opportunity through Adowa. The mission now is to generate millionaires through ownership of the coin and to empower the common man with financial wealth. In order for us to grow these millionaires, we must have 1 million people or families of African descent join the Adowa community this February 2021. Please make this your financial growth commitment for Black History Month 2021. You cannot grow and transfer wealth you do not own. It is also very easy to own Adowa. The coins are currently selling for under $1. So now, grab as many as you can within a budget you can afford. There are only 21 million coins available ever. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be part of a great wealth transfer movement. Join the Adowa community and let us share, trade, spend, and gain wealth together. It is time we all come together, not to cry, but create wealth and be part of the global financial dining table instead of the chopping board. Do make your move now. Early adopters are the biggest winners in this game. Money has no value until people create the value. Money is always available to those who understand and want it. This is your time. Make sure you make your digital currency of choice Adowa. What's in your wallet?
All right. Fantastic. And with this, I would like to turn it over to Mr. Bright Inablele, who is going to tell us about Adowa coin in the blockchain network and his journey of how he started and where he is today and what his aspiration and vision is for the African diaspora in our beloved continent, Africa. And let me just unmute and take it away.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Thank you so much. I'm very humble to be a part of this great moment. First, I want to thank the God of our ancestors, the makers of our soul in whom we breathe today, the God that strengthens our faith, the God of all race, the God that gave us the strength to tell the rest of the world, let our people go. First, also, I want to thank the doctor, the Excellency Dr. Arikana, for your great work, for giving me the opportunity to present this great mission, our mission, the mission that's to connect every one of us, the mission that is at this present time, Black History Month, very important, the mission of telling the rest of the world that the only way to win is when we come together as a race. Um, First and foremost, I also want to thank Dr. Nelson Aluya, Brother Jote, the entire ADDI team members worldwide who are standing here today, this great Saturday, and every one of you who do our community who humbly Saturday morning here in California, 8:45, to say, hey, because when I look at the screen, I was writing a speech, but I was just so amazed and just see the views of everyone and the passion. And I just realized we're all philosophers in our own way. But one thing that unite us together today is change. We are crying for change. And change is the only thing that is constant in life. Change, the only way to drive that change is when we all come together. And let's all understand one thing. Change doesn't happen by itself. Change are driven by two things: race and technology. Before I go further, I want to introduce myself. Um, I'm Bright Inabolele, the founder member of Odowa Blockchain Solution, Odowa Global X, Odowa Marketplace, Bright Life Global, a blockchain strategist, a developer, a coach, an investor, entrepreneur. To sum it all, uh, the new voice for Africa. I am so humbled to be here. I'll be talking to you today about technology, data, and money. But first, I also want to identify one thing, that race is not an accident. There's unity in diversity. Today, we're not talking about segregation. All we are talking about is having a fair bargaining power in the marketplace, where our children can bargain with the Chinese children, the German children, without any sentiment of racial discriminations, religion, or whatsoever. But the only way to do that is for us to understand that we have to empower ourselves collectively. Let's stop poking eyes for an eye. If we start poking eyes for an eye, we are going to be blind. Let's live in the present. The present is telling us that it's our time indeed. It can be a better time to come together. I'll tell you today, the ancestors are happy. The God of our ancestors are celebrating on our behalf because um, in the 55 recognized AU, African Union from Morocco to South Africa, they understand that only Africans can deliver Africa, not the Germans, not the Chinese, not the Japanese, especially the Africans in diaspora, the African American, the African descent who traveled. I'll tell you one thing, our spirit traveled of Africa, but the kingdom never left. That kingdom today is what is calling us back and say, look, it's time to come together as people and let's help and tell the rest of the world, let our people go. Our people are still in bondage. We might be free here in America, in Europe, in Canada, because people create that opportunity here. But what we are saying is if the civilization started from Africa, and today we look back, we can just understand that somewhere in the line, along the line, that I don't know, maybe our forefather did certain things, but they're all asking for forgiveness through us and say, let's put the past aside. Let's live in the present. They're coming through us to say, hey, we cannot be crying wolf all the time, talking about, well, reparation is no more imagination. We are living right now in reality. I see that through the cry of the ambassador. I was just touched when I heard her talking about how collectively we should come together as people, support each other. Uh, that just reminds me that our ancestors are living now through us. I'll tell you the truth. DNA has memory, and the memories live forever. And today, either the history will remember us or history will judge us. The good thing about it is that no one lives unpunished if you don't do the right thing. I'm taking that challenge upon myself. Say, only the Africans, American, Africans in diaspora can deliver Africa. That message starts from me. That's the reason today I'm presenting to you a Pan-African cryptocurrency called Odowa. What is Odowa? Well, um, when you hear the word Odowa, first thing that comes to your mind is, well, it's Africa. Yes, I want them to know it's Africa because it's time we start running under the pretense of trying to impress people. When God gave us the strength to change the world, why do we have to sell our birthright? Odowa means the roadmap to wealth. Our money should work for us, not against us. These are symbols of trade, of kingdom trade in the 14th century, before most of those regions were annexed systematically. But today, Odowa lives forever in blockchain, and it's trying to remember the word that we are not coming together as people to change the world. The only way to make that change is technology. Technology has been one of the greatest factors of change. As you all know today, societies are driven, which technology is used for a tool for creating, sharing, and preserving knowledge. Information technology with telecommunications are the backbones of social activities and development. These two worlds are the drivers of change and growth around the world today. But I would tell everyone here today that change is constant. But I'll tell you, we must not fail to fund the technology that drives that change. When we remember what internet has done to telecommunication, that is what blockchain is doing today to transactions. We'll be talking about data because a lot of you understand, be hearing from the foremost from Bitcoin driving from 40,000, 50,000. Most of you never got into Bitcoin when it was 20 cents. Most of you were not brave enough. Today, we're going to test our bravery with Adowa. Like I say, I'm not telling you that there's no alternative cryptocurrency out there. What I'm telling you is what cryptocurrency is designed to care for us. For hundreds of years, we have always been a buyer, not a seller. Greatest innovators are sellers. They are not buyers. You cannot win by being a buyer. You cannot win by just being a consumer. You win by being a manufacturer and being a seller. Then you have the most bargaining power. Somebody says, I want $20. You say, no, because you have the upper hand. That's why today we are presenting you Adowa. We want the money. We want to create an ecosystem that drives money back to our community, that empowers our community. But technology is the only way to do that. Our leaders in Africa has failed us. We can't go back. Let's live in the present. Thank God we're here today. Like I said, the ancestors are happy to see at this moment almost 1,000 people coming together to say, let's drive change. We're all here for one reason. I'll tell you the truth. We're all looking for change. That's the connection. But what drives that change? Two things, the people and technology. First and foremost, I would tell you today, data is the new money. Data is changing the way, I call it the new digital revolution. Data is what is driving the world today. You can see that through Elon Musk, Amazon. But with the use of internet, the world has become a single village. With the use of blockchain, the world has become a decentralized digital economy. And a lot of you will ask me, what is data? Data are collective informations put together just for the purpose of analysis. But today I'm not going to be speaking about just plain data. I'm going to be speaking about encrypted data. Because when we talk about security, we talk about encryptions. First and foremost, what is encryptions? Encryptions are collections of informations and data into a code just for one reason, to prevent unauthorized access. Encryptions were created just for one reason, to prevent unauthorized access. So just imagine we are on this communication, on this conversation on a Zoom today. Thank God that technology has brought us this far, that we understand that whatever we're saying, no one can tap it, no one can hack it. Now we start talking about reliability, trust, efficiency. And let's look at our money. Is our money reliable? No. Back in the days, you could do wire transfer. But today you can do a wire transfer, the wire can be recalled back. You can spend your credit card can be charged back. You can write a check, the check can be voided. So that tells you that we're in a new era. We are looking for something more better and safe. That's what brings us to blockchain. First and foremost, before I go into the topic of blockchain, I want to talk about very important technology called cryptographic. Cryptographic is an encryption process of encoding information. And today, I want to share the most reliable technology available to humanity using cryptocurrency as an encryption called blockchain. Blockchain is the way we send money. Blockchain is it's a decentralized ledger that records informations that are immutable, that are irrefutable. It doesn't account for double counting from one party to the other using a technology called cryptographic. In the Latin word, crypto means secret. Secret. That means there was nobody present. There's no middleman. It was created in an environment that was very, very protected, doesn't allow third party. That's why today I'm fascinated with blockchain. So for that reason, the only way now that we can fight and start to push African forward and empower our children, because the only way to contain our children is to empower our children. And blockchain is giving us that opportunity today. Blockchain is the new way money. The world is running to that, running fast. People say, well, only 5% of the world population, 7.8 billion, still interact with blockchain. That means that space can be dominated by us. Why not us? Why not change the narrative? Why is we waiting for someone to throw the crust on us? Why not be at the table at the beginning when things are taking place? Because we have been brainwashed for many years to believe that we cannot do anything for ourselves. We cannot manufacture anything for ourselves. Every good thing should come from Germany, from Israel, from Japan. But I'm telling you, that's a lie. Adowa is here to change the narrative. That's why I'm very happy that when we find a partnership and we run into ADDI, I said, that is it. That's what I've been looking for. Because a lot of innovations have went undercut, dead, because there was no support. Why? We didn't get funded. So why are you going to fund someone that's going to bring money back to Africa? So race is very important. Don't ignore your race. The only way to win collectively as people is empower your race. That's the only way you get respect, not individual. You can be a scientist, you can be engineers, you can be a doctor. If your race is not respected, nobody cares about what you're doing. That's the mission. That's the message today. Our race. How do we empower our race? Let's take race as a religion. Because if the Bible was written by one of us, it would be dead on arrival. We didn't write the Bible. They would garnish the Bible. But today in Africa, Bibles in every corner's home, every home. Everyone has a Bible. So let's start spreading the power of our people as the Bible. That's what the ancestors are saying. That the only way to win collectively, we should support ourselves. Deutsche Bank said in 2030, money is going to be wiped away. Fiat currency is going to be gone. It's going to be cryptocurrency. Well, thank God to Bitcoin. Bitcoin gave us that opportunity. But was it designed to empower us? No. They have high transaction fees. High transaction fees. They're on chain. You have to wait 10 minutes to get on the block. But Adowa is changing the narrative. We have 60 seconds block spacing. Our confirmations, our fees are zero. Why? Because we understand our problem. We're trying to say this is an indigenous cryptocurrency to empower people. We want to change the way money moves through Africa and the rest of the world. We can do it as people. For many years, when you look at Western Union, MoneyGram, all those transactions traveling around the world, African account for one of the most movers and shakers of transactions. But today, once your money leaves Africa, it's dead. Nobody cares about your Kenyan shillings, Ghana cedis, Nigeria naira, South African rand. Nobody cares. Once you leave the continent, it's over. But imagine you have the ability where your money can travel with you. Your money goes further. You have the ability, you sit in your homes, you go to Amazon, you are shopping with Adowa coin. Without any sentiment or discriminations and saying, look, who are you? Where's your zip code? Oh, you're in Kenya? No. You're in Nigeria? No. Odowa is changing the way money moves through Africa and the rest of the world. And that's our commitment, because money is very important. Money is not, there's no money till money is created. So we have created our own money and said, look, I'm not the inventor of blockchain. What I did, I changed the code and algorithms of Bitcoin and say, you know what? I want it to be more affordable to our people, less fee for our people, faster for our people, because we do transactions every day. Every day we do transactions. We have people back home we want to support. It doesn't matter. We're going to send money home. But why? In the point where you have money and you're trying to shop in Shopify, trying to buy something, they don't allow you to. Then your money becomes useless. My goal here is your money should work for you, not against you. These are symbols of kingdom power through trade. From the 11th century, we had that power for many years, and we lost it. But I'm telling you today, we're going to regain it back through Odowa. We want to create Odowa to be an institution, like the most sophisticated digital susu, a buying power where you all come collectively and say, hey, let's support this, let's support this, let's support this. I tell you, there are great innovators here in this room today. But most of your technology get dead on arrival because no one funds you. No one cares about you. It doesn't mean you're not intelligent. No. You're very intelligent, very smart people. We are. They know that. People, the world is shaking. Just we being on this Zoom call right now, the world is shaking. You don't understand how powerful we are. If we come together as people, we will change the narrative. Africa is money. Africa is science. There was a reason man, the human, the race, the creator, the God, who is the most intelligent Alpha, understand that life should start from Africa. The people left Africa, but the kingdom never left. The power is there. The strength is there. That's what is drawing me today. That drive, because DNA has memory. So on that note, I'm presenting to you the Pan-Africa digital currency, Odowa. Odowa is for us, for Africa, as a continent, that you can have that buying power and you can trade like you're using Bitcoin. You can have the opportunity Bitcoin never gave to you 10 years ago. I started trading with Bitcoin since 2010. But I understand one thing, that my people are not involved because they believe every good thing must come from Israel. I remember when I started 3 years ago, people asked me why Odowa. I asked them why Yahoo, why Google, why Uber, why? They could not answer me. Because I want our children to understand that we are the most intelligent race on earth. That for that reason, this project is called Odowa. So you can trace your ancestors, your money back home. And today we are building a coalition between the African American and the African descent, that collectively the kingdom is in Africa. For you to be respected, you have to empower Africa. My last question is, what is in your wallet? Thank you.
Fantastic. Mr. Bright, thank you so much, my brother. This is, I know there are a lot of questions online, and one of the most pressing questions is, for those who are ready to participate in the Odowa ecosystem, where do we get started? So
Thank you for a wonderful presentation that really shed light on the needs. I could not believe all of Nigeria, they only have 1,800 cybersecurity experts. This is indeed a new frontier for our youth, which is why ADDI, we jumped on this opportunity, and more importantly, negotiated for a discounted rate for our youth. No, this is not just for youth, it's for anybody who wants to learn a new trade. So it's not just for youth, but we're focusing on our youth because we understand they need our backs. Our youth are struggling, and as elders, we have a responsibility to support them every opportunity that we get. So we have negotiated for 2,000 for diaspora youth who are members of ADDI. So we encourage all of you to go to our addi.org, sign up so you can benefit if